Hi, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, all placements of Libra. Thanks for tuning in. This is your April 2025 reading. We are going to feel around in April now, get a little sneak peek or a little glimpse into the energies for April. And March, wow, March has been a doozy, and we still have more going on with this solar eclipse in Aries. We've started a new astrological year, very exciting. And a few other notes about the month of April. We do have a full moon in Libra. So this is going to be around April. Well, it's the 12th at 8:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is where I am. But for you, it could be even April 13th. But this is about, April in general, with Mercury finally going direct and Venus coming out of retrograde, I believe. I think that might be around the 14th. Anyway, not an astrologer, but and also we'll have many other planetary things happening, and it's a big time period, right? It's still, we're in the middle of it, and we have a lot of Piscean energy still. And oh, I just saw 111 on the timer. So manifestation. And actually, I was going to say, April is really about creating, initiating, celebrating. You're going to be moving forward, turning a page. This is a time to create and be bold. You may especially feel that in your relationships and in business endeavors and projects and things. Once, Mercury does go direct. So like maybe after that first week of April, so this is going to be things kind of getting back on track. So connections could be strong and things could really speed up. And as I was saying all of this, you get cornucopia here. I'm using the Key Elements Oracle deck. This is by Michelle Mocheri. And this is the earthy energy here, the nice spring green. Depending on where you are, it's spring. And this is prosperity. The earth is plentiful and is reminding you to trust money will flow. Enjoy the fruits of your labor by releasing any fear mindset that blocks abundance. Your value in yourself is your best currency. I just saw 222. You could be finding there's so many synchronicities, and things could finally be lining up for you as far as what you want to do, what you aspire to be, dreams come true, lots of things. Okay, let's get another one of these. Whoa, my goodness. So that wanted to come right out. So then you have the red cards symbolize fire, the element of fire. And this is perfect for this time of year with the Aries season here and the new astrological year. And this is about creation, as we were just saying. So take the great ideas you have, take the great ideas you've been thinking about and let them grow wildly. Bring to life new business and creative endeavors. Trust in divine timing that what you desire will bloom. Now, one reason I love using this deck, and I don't have a business relationship with Michelle Mocheri, I just happen to really love her decks because they're incredibly tuned in to the energies, and they really add to readings. And if you want to check out your other signs, go over to my other channel at Mantic Messages. That'll be in the comments section here. You can check that out because I used these to start everyone's April reading, and they're really a good, awesome anchor for the reading. So I've had this deck quite a while. I've had both of her decks, but I'm just bringing them out more now. Let's see. It's perfect time for the change of season. So you have cornucopia, plant the seed. Now we're going to use a Moon Dreaming Oracle card by Maruka X, because we have so much eclipse energy with us. We're between eclipses right now. Wolf Moon, this is calling in your soul family. Yeah, you have some divine connections coming in. Some of you may have already some indication of that. And this is, again, it's about a communication, so communication, finally, things are, again, with Mercury going direct and Venus coming out of retrograde, you'll be feeling more of a collaborative energy, perhaps. All right, so let's use the Spring Weight Tarot Stars Edition. And I show the decks because people really are curious, because I am a huge fan of decks. And, that I like to keep it cool on here. Like it's, like fresh, the energy fresh. I just saw 444, so many number synchronicities. So that's why I do like to show who it was. And just, it's a nice shout out to the artist, to the creator. So Tarot Collectibles does this one. Perfect for spring. Look at the back. So cute. All right. Oh my goodness. 8 of Cups. So this is really leaving it behind. You know you're walking towards a much sunnier, brighter future, a new chapter. And in fact, for your April reading, for as part of your 2025 reading I did for all 12 months, you actually had, don't let your past hold you back. All right. You had a lucky horseshoe, you had the Chariot. And this is about, energies were kind of flip flopping. And then once April comes, luck changes and you're able to manifest a lot more rapidly. And I find that amazing because I hadn't looked into April in any other way, just energetically. And then now, as I'm finding out through astrologers and things, that really is the energy, that we're, things are speeding up and things are, maybe you're feeling that. It's just seems like just time seems so funky lately. You have a stack of cards that came out. You have the 3 of Cups, which was that celebration I was telling you about. Amazing. 3 of Cups. Now, this is tied to your prosperity, to that cornucopia that you have. The Hermit card. I feel as though some of you, look at the key. See how it's casting the shape of a keyhole? I feel as though some of you, you find the key to get something going. You literally find the insight you needed or the connection you needed. There's something here that's going to help you unlock a new door in April. You're unlocking, and part of it may have to do with, the communication, the tuning into your soul family, And then you have the 4 of Cups. So funny because 4 of Cups came out in your reading for the 2025 for Libras. So there it is. It's like kind of being, I feel as though for some of you, because it's falling under create, I think some of you think almost like your idea isn't good enough or something. And you don't want to regret not taking certain chances, right? At some point, we do have to come out of the hermit mode here and be center stage. And so some of you may not be comfortable with that, but maybe you're going to feel more comfortable as we go on. My goodness, look at, oh wow. Okay, so yeah, this is a mix of energy. You have the Devil here. Okay, so this is having to, well, not having to, but being advised, I think, to let go of anything that's holding you back, any sort of regret you might have, any sort of negative self talk, like, oh, I'm not good enough, or it'll never happen for me. This is releasing yourself from anything that is not helping you. Okay, anything that's too much could be considered devil energy, right? Anything holding you down, anything taking you out of that high vibration you so want to be in, that could be considered, needing to be released with that double energy. You also have the 7 of Cups, indicating you absolutely have options, Libra, that you are not seeing yet. That's part of like the 4 of Cups. You're maybe not seeing those options that are here. And once you do release yourself, because this is what's clarifying the 8 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, once you release yourself from something, you're going to open up to a whole cornucopia, so to speak, of potential opportunities. And then it brings us back to, I do get that some of you have been maybe reflecting and reminiscing, like when I'm doing this Hermit card here, about past regrets and maybe focusing a little too much with looking over your shoulder at what already passed, what you haven't done. Living in regret is not going to help you move forward. Okay, so we do need to release that and let that new creation and that new life, your transformation, be free. And only then will we access that sort of, that rainbow, that cornucopia of abundance. And then you have the 2 of Cups here. Okay, and this is what's clarifying, the creation card here. And it's actually connected to the Wheel of Fortune. So things are changing. You've been getting this in my readings now for several weeks, that things are changing. Wheel of Fortune's changing. You broke a cycle, and that's just it. You chose something that's more in alignment with your soul's purpose, your true essence. This can have to do with any area of your life, and I feel as though because you have released anything that's toxic, if you want, that word is so overused. Because you've done that, you are getting that Wheel of Fortune to turn in your favor. Now, another reference here to the April 2025 reading that was part of the 2025 Libra reading, which I'll put the end card card. For the monthly readings, I'll always put the 2025 reading, so you can always refer back. But in that reading, we did a once over of the whole year, and then I went back through each month again. It's a long reading, but it's time stamped. So um, we really dug into the energies, and one of the cards you had was the Chariot, and that is very much connected to the Wheel of Fortune. I feel this is about, actually things being able to take off, things moving. This is about spinning that it's good fortune in luck and success and abundance, getting things going in your direction. And I feel for some of you, you have a very important connection, a very important partnership coming in. If it hasn't already come in yet, it's coming in for April. It looks like I just heard April 17th too. For some of you, that could somehow resonate for you in some way. Okay, so I'm really, really loving this for you. One more card from the top. Okay, and you have the Page of Wands, and there's your spark of inspiration. All right, and there, we're also getting a reminder too of like where your, I don't know if it's Joe Dispenza, I think that's his name, who said something like where attention goes, energy flows, something to that effect, and that's so true. There has been this energy of like let it go to let it grow kind of thing, like really releasing ourselves from what's done, and actually it reminds me of when you're doing sort of your spring cleanup, um and you're decluttering, and you're getting rid of what doesn't need to be here anymore, and people just feel like they want this new fresh energy and they want the energy to flow better. um so maybe you're literally getting rid of things in your spring cleaning, but I feel like a lot of you are doing a lot of spiritual cleaning, whether it's spring or autumn, wherever you are in the northern or southern hemisphere. There is this, this change of seasons, and there with it comes that Wheel of Fortune. And you did have a spring reading for me too, it's an equinox, the Aries equinox reading. So I say spring, but it's the autumnal equinox for those in the southern hemisphere. So anyway, the Page of Wands here, I feel as though this is a message you are getting from the universe, and for some of you, it is an actual idea, a start of a project. But with the Page of Wands, just like with any of the wands, we have to be the ones to grab on to that opportunity. And you have all this fertility being forecasted here with the Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Cups combined, just based on what the creator chose to include here. And lots of bunnies, I mean tons of bunnies, but then there is this this sort of like divine feminine and divine masculine energy coming in. When I say divine feminine and masculine, I'm not talking about male female. Gender doesn't have a place in tarot. I'm talking about the energies that we all possess. It seems as though, yeah, there's this clearing out. I just want to tune in a little bit more psychically to the cards here. It's like you're finally the energy is such that you're moving towards something, it's moving towards you, and there will be a meeting in April. There'll be some sort of important meeting, or some sort of even you meeting your guides, your spiritual guides for the first time or something. But there's a lot of creation, and there's a lot of possibility, and we're encouraged to go ahead and take some initiative. Again, be bold, create, put those ideas out there, and as the card of Plant the Seed says, let them grow. What I was going to say too, this reference here to the Page of Wands, is we wouldn't try to plant a brand new garden in rotten old soil, right? That we haven't bothered like tilling and aerating so that new energy and life can get in there, and leaving, we don't try to put a new plant in old soil from a different plant, right? So like we don't want to be doing things like that in our life. We want to make sure that we're really giving ourselves the opportunity to really come at something with some fresh new energy. And I feel like the lights are going to come on. The lights are going to come on when it comes to April for some of us, okay? For most of us, I feel. You will be having a solar eclipse reading. It'll be your next reading on March 27th here. And then you can check out your Libra reading. It's a shortened version over on Mantic Messages. to romantic mystic messages, because that I think is going to give you even more insight into what we're seeing here. There's so much to April, that it almost like can't be looked into enough at this point, because March has been such a big deal. It has been so transformative, and we're going to see that continuing, Libra friends and all friends, throughout the rest of this year. This is not going to just stop. Um, yeah, as I've learned from Pam Gregory Astrology, which I'll put that in the description box, at Pam Gregory. The astrological year and the fact that it's coming at the time of an eclipse is like extra potent energy in it, and it's going to affect the next 12 months. So what you're doing now is going to be really, the focus for the next year ahead. Okay, it's the most powerful Aries equinox we've had, and it's because of when it happens, that it happens between eclipses, which is right where we are now. So you may just be feeling such an intensity now. You could be feeling high highs and low lows, and it is, and yes, things are really actually speeding up, getting faster, and but things are going to get brighter too. You're going to feel much more connected to the divine than you've ever felt, and I can almost guarantee it. Now, we do have to be open to it and turn ourselves in that direction, right? We can't be looking back and expect to move forward with any degree of success, right? So there's that part. But let's get another card here. Let's see. We are going to be looking a little bit into, like, opportunities, fortune, finances, how to release blocks. We'll get an animal card, angel numbers, angel card, other cards. Look a little bit into relationships too. Okay. Whoops. Here we go. I'd heard something about a grand slam. So I could have some baseball fans out there, or you have someone in spirit, baseball fan. I just heard Cubs. So maybe you have a connection to, I think it's Chicago. But anyway, the Cubs. Oh my goodness, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. You have so much earthy energy that you can be working with here in April. A lot of it. Okay, so Earth would be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You have several Earth. You have Virgo showing up here as yourself, right? Some of you are on that cusp, and you have the cornucopia, which is earthy energy, and you have the Devil card, which is Capricorn energy, Earth, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles here, Earth again, and then you have a lot of cups. You have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 10. 60% of your cards right now are cups. All right. So the Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, very fertile energy. Lots and lots of like mothering type energy. This is look at how happy they are. This is about really being resourceful and being grateful for what they do have, right? Being grateful can help you tune into that higher frequency and attract more of which to be grateful for. So the Queen of Pentacles, this is about your creation, your security, opportunities. This is practicality and prosperity. There's that word again, folks, prosperity. So you're creating your own prosperity. And I'd like to see how we can actually facilitate that, how we can help that. So now we're going to use the key, the other deck, just the key. That one's the key elements. This one's the key, also by Michelle Mocheri. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, Michelle, if you're watching, but I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm not. But anyway, here we go. Here we go. You have cornucopia. Now, this is going to help give us some advice from spirit on how we can, really work with this beautiful energy of April. Self-care, balance. The Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of self-care, and no, self-care is not selfish. It is necessary. Taking time to replenish your mind, body, and soul is a must. Enjoy this time to reconnect and make yourself a priority. Ask yourself, what is serving me and what is taking from me? Much can be revealed when you stop putting yourself at the bottom of the list. Absolutely key in April, and all the time, really. Don't wait till April. It's still March. Take care of you now. Right? Okay, what else from the top? Old conditioning release. That is exactly what these cards are talking about. You see what I mean about these decks? My goodness. Okay. Talk about, really, what is it? Like synchronicity. No, there's a better word for it. But anyway, they're really, all the cards kind of talk to each other. All right. And so it's time to release old conditioning and to step into the new way of being. The old story and past cycles of blame, shame, and guilt need to move out. Take inventory of what no longer resonates and what isn't your burden to carry. Unload what's been weighing you down. How much lighter and freer are you going to feel? Mm-hmm. I'm actually getting something right now about window repair, or you getting out fans or air conditioners. um, so I am, clairvoyant, clairaudient, and other clairs. I'm very clairy, and I was getting, like, I was actually feeling the energy of like you moving um, air. Okay, and you are an air sign, it was coming in the form of even like things that you can hold, or actually physically interact with. So I feel like some of you are doing things physically to really change the flow of energy, and actually even literally air for some of you. Okay, but you could be using crystals, for example, or something else that's tangible, to help facilitate, this energy release and balance, and this new, bringing in this new create or prosperity. So I feel like you're really that magician kind of energy coming in. But some of you may be literally dealing with like a fan or air conditioning or a window. There is something coming in with that. And then there's something here that has told me vehicular, something to do with your vehicle, which would make sense with this Wheel of Fortune here, and the fact that you had the Chariot in the 2025 yearly forecast. So there could just be something going on there. I just heard something about like a wheel bearing. So some of you, or maybe you may be getting like a high pitched whistling sound. Get it checked out. If it were me, I would, do you. These are general readings. They're not personal. Only take what resonates. You know best, right? Always follow your own intuition first and foremost. However, I am getting something here about that. I also heard something about a Jeep Grand Cherokee. So that just, take it for what it's something. And then there's something here about something new being parked in your driveway. So either there's something there that doesn't belong, or you've literally put something, you have a new vehicle in your driveway, or you have something being delivered. Okay, we have old wounds here, patterns. It connects right to that release. This is about uh, attracting what we need in order to heal. Often we find ourselves attracting the same type of people and situations that are not best for us. So until we break free from this devil energy, that wheel can't move, right? We want to get this wheel to move forward. Okay, and some of you, you're needing to really call upon your guides and use your own higher wisdom and knowledge here. Okay, so until we choose to find the common denominator of what we need to heal and release, the cycle will continue. So go within, heal the pain layer by layer to find joy again, and work with professionals if needed. Okay, that's something that should be more normalized. I feel like it is too. I feel like it is these days. And there are way more ways to access, therapy online and things now. So I feel like we should get one more. Completion, full circle. Yeah, say, let's get one more. And here we have a full circle here. You've chosen to learn from your mistakes and move forward, closing out the cycle. So every layer of yourself you acknowledge is a layer that served its purpose. You're now feeling your power by seeing your inner strength and determination pay off. Be proud of this moment and let it carry you forward. That's going to be part of April. Huge. You're going to feel like so much, like you've done so much releasing and reassessing and rebalancing. And I think you're going to feel like freed up from the burdens of these old wounds, patterns, release. I feel like that's what you're doing right now. So, I feel like you're well on your way to that already for a lot of you. Beautiful cards. What else do we have? Let's look a little bit into relationships here too. Is there anything, we need to release or think about here? So we have finances here. So money, stress, and financial support. Okay. So finances could be affecting relationships. This is the Love Oracle by Celtic Sprue. Yeah, so it could be, there could just be a big focus on money and, and that you don't have it kind of thing. And there's something here about needing to take a chance on something too. Okay. So, yeah. So someone could be, if, so yes, finances could be affecting a relationship here. One person's maybe relying on the other more than the other. You have single here. So could be about, not being in a committed relationship. Maybe that's something that you're not wanting right now. Maybe there's just a lot going on. And then you have, should I stay? Oh, some of you are reevaluating the relationship. Some of you, I'm sorry to say, but you're feeling single even though you're already in a relationship. And that could be for a variety of reasons. And some of you, may or may not want to address that right now. But I feel like maybe in April, you're really going to be reassessing. Now that card fell on the floor under the table. Okay, I have it. And then we have ghosted, no contact. Now, how funny. It didn't even want to come to the table. So someone I feel is like not wanting to do the work. They're not wanting to put in the effort in a certain relationship. This doesn't have to be romance. This could be anything. But if you're giving more than they are, let's see what's from the top here. Okay, so we have air and earth. It's like, let it go. Find your own balance here with this card. That's how I feel about it. Like if it's something is not, again, it's connecting back to that Capricorn energy here, because you need to bring in some new life, some new energy, right? So maybe you've just, something is just done and outdated. Some of you, I just heard, yeah, my clothes. So I don't know if some of you are freshening up your wardrobe or what. One more of these, and we'll move on to money blocks, anything blocking your abundance or just in general abundance, not just money. Because when we talk about pentacles, right, it's not just money. It's your resources in general, which can be your attention, your care, your love, your energy in general. So it can be your time, your efforts. Okay, and you have there could be trust issues, insecurities. Yeah, if you're not trusting something, you need to go with your gut here. Okay, I looked at the bottom and you have soul contract. So this is, some of you maybe use your intuition here when it comes to signing anything or any sort of if you're just not getting a good vibe from something, okay, or you need some space and some time, get more time, ask for more time. No one should be forcing you to give a response or to get into something right away, like before you're ready. Okay, a spiritual practice this month that may help, or that you may already be doing this month or April. This is the Celtic Sprue Spirit Oracle. Ta-da! Solar plexus. Oh, you keep getting this. So solar plexus chakra. So have confidence. That's that self-love and healing. Tune into the color yellow. Okay. Some of you, I am getting sort of like GI issues kind of in the central portion of your body. That's the solar plexus area. But obviously, if it's medical, get it checked out. Anything else? I'm feeling, I just heard Carmen, and then I saw like purple or violet. Oh my gosh. Okay. So there is like violet purple kind of on this card. Mirror here. This is life reflection and seeing things clearly. Some of you have been in such an introspective mode, and I can relate. One more of these. Heart chakra. Okay. So you may have some solar plexus and heart energy to be working on here. Some of you have just not found like the right partnership, and that could be affecting your abundance in all areas, So we have love, forgiveness, and compassion. And that's why you have so many cups cards too. There's some emotional stuff you're working on potentially. Now, let's see what else we have. Let's use the Maruka X Money Blocks Oracle. It's really, I use it for way more than just money. It's anything we need to release, be mindful of. It could be impeding our growth in any way, other than what we've talked about. abusing power. So this is about finding your real power. Using your gifts as a mean of, selfish personal benefit is not going to help. I feel like a lot of us are seeing this happening. And notice the horns, look at that. I feel like a lot of us are seeing that happen, play out on the world stage. So this is being aware of your feelings of power. If you remain aware of this feeling and its circumstances, you will not be trapped by myths that power's money, fame, social class, or some fancy title. It's not. You define your self-worth, right? And we have rushing. So learn to be patient. Yes, we keep getting this. We do keep getting this. So this is about rushing. We want to develop things slowly because that's more likely to uh, succeed over the long term. I just saw 333. So now we've seen ones, twos, threes, and I saw fours. So I'm getting all the number synchronicities. Not all, but a lot. So stop trying to achieve overnight. Success and focus on steady progress. Oh, stop trying to focus. Stop trying to achieve overnight success. Okay, so we're gonna slow down. We're gonna focus on the steady progress. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, not everything's going to take off just because you have a great idea and you put it out there, right? Sometimes it's going to be like it's going to take a little time, but try to hang in there and don't give up just because it's not a big hit right away with something. And then you have necessary lessons, embracing challenges. So yeah, I feel like so many of you you're full of lessons, right? So trust that everything will make sense in the end, though. Okay, so you're learning through the obstacles and challenges, and you're just understanding, like, I feel like a lot of you have this higher understanding and this higher awareness that yes, there have been not necessarily silver linings to all your challenges, but it's like it makes sense eventually. And I feel that comes from really, trusting the divine, and also accurately reflecting on your life. And there it is. I just heard something about like pooling resources, or maybe you're saving up to buy a pool. I just heard the name Kelly too, but there's could be also there's something about a watch that stopped too. I'm hearing. I'm actually they showed me like a wristwatch or something that stopped. You may have this thing where or lately you may find. I know it'll. Okay. Anyway, you might be surprised to have this said in a reading right now, but you may find that you can't wear watches or something because they always just die. There's something about your energy or something or you may be noticing around you that clocks are just stopping. And you may be wondering, what's that about? You need to tune into your own intuition when things like that happen. I could give you a general, well, you need to get grounded. Your energy could be influencing the crystals in the watch or whatever, the quartz movement or whatever, or the battery or something. You're frying batteries, that can be true. And I have had times in my life where that happens, where I can't wear watches. It's just, it killed the battery like every time. It doesn't matter. And one time I had, well, it's a personal story, but I will tell you, this is how cool it is. Like one time I did have 3 separate watches within the same like 10 days. No, 9 days. I remember it was 9 days. All stop at the same time, like on the same time. It's like unbelievable. It's so unbelievable. I actually wrote it down because I'm like, I will never even believe this. Like, I won't even believe it. And it happened. So there's just, I think the universe is trying to get through to you in more ways than one. So making sure that you're getting quiet, giving yourself that, getting into your sacred space, even if it's just like sitting and breathing for a few minutes, but like listen and feel and see what in your mind's eye, what is the universe trying to tell you? Are you getting the same message over and over again? Like with these other cards, are you getting the same people over and over? Are you attracting the same types? Because you could be stuck in some sort of pattern that you want to abandon here. Your first card was the 8 of Cups. It's like getting out of your way and getting out of whatever's keeping you stuck, and making things a little more balanced, and so you can have these all the abundance that the universe wants to give you. Okay. But anyway, some of you, yeah, you could be affecting even other appliances around you. Like there's something about your energy affecting it. So general statement I would say about that, like I said, you need to tune in for you specifically, but I would say you may need to get yourself grounded. Get grounded. Okay, because it's great if you have this high vibration, but we also need to have a kind of a grounded energy because we don't want to be sort of like frenzied, you know. There has to be this nice balance, you know, and we go from Aries season into Taurus, which could be another reason why we're getting so much Earth energy in this reading. So I do feel that getting centered, getting grounded, getting things in balance. That Queen of Pentacles is right in the center of your reading. All right, and on top of the Hermit card. So the Queen of Pentacles and the Hermit here are coming in, and they're at the center of the reading for you, you know. And I think that has to do with like you finding your own center and being able to manifest from there in a much more clear and purposeful way. All right, so then there's also this one pattern in old wound maybe to let go of is letting go of entitlement. So you could feel betrayed because you didn't get what you felt was rightfully yours, some of you. So it's saying here, don't become so consumed by what you thought should be yours. That's how you lose sight, right? Of, and that's how you go into that lower vibrational energy. You want to keep it high, so we want to realize that you can't always get what you want, but you can get what you need, right? That's the Rolling Stones, actually. If you try, sometimes you just might find you get what you need. And on the bottom, too many things at once. So this is needing to focus on one thing. As I said, that's like that ungrounded frenzy, frantic, you know, that's not a good place to manifest, okay? If you're doing too many things at once, you're delaying your success. So this is about something not getting the attention it needs. Again, if it's not, you know, the divine, which I feel like everything comes from the divine anyway, but something is trying to get your attention here. There's something, it could actually be tying right back into the self-care. Okay, the self-care, the balance. That's I feel like there it is. Tuning into your higher wisdom is where you need to be and what you need to do here. It says slow down, so choose one thing and go deep into one thing. Take that Queen of Focus, Queen of Pentacles and Hermit card and really focus. Focus on your own awesomeness. That Hermit carries that star of the star card in their lantern, right? So doing that. And what else do we have? I want to use the Divine Direction Oracle now. It's one of my very favorites. And this is from Maruka X as well. I don't know if I'm saying it right. If you're watching my video, go ahead and let me know how to pronounce this. Okay. Thanks. If you know for sure how to say it. Okay. All right. Home. Your home tells your story. It's the foundation of your life. Bless your home. Bring in more peace, love, and light. Yes. Get that fresh air circulating if you can. Bring in elements of nature, okay? Fabulous time to do that. Nature is calling us and wants us to connect. That's one of the best ways to get grounded, center, receive the insights you need. Raise the vibration, you know, listening to birds sing. I don't know about you, but that automatically brings me up a few notches, you know? All right. Okay. Let's see. Divine timing. Again, patience. Okay. There is something here about time. Now you have another card. You had the one about you had the intuitive message about time stopping. You may feel like time standing still, and when's it going to be your time? But there's also this coming in here. Okay. So trust in the divine timing that when you're completely ready, something will happen. We never know why something's delayed. We never know. And we may never find out, but we have to trust, you know, I feel, and that's why you're 38 minutes into a reading of mine, you probably are on the similar page that, you know, there does have to be this element of like, just trust that, you know, we don't have all the answers. You know, we're not the be all end all, whatever it's called. You know, there is more to this. I mean, boy, I hope so. Like, I don't want to this can't be everything, right? I feel there is way more to this. And sometimes I don't need to know, or I wouldn't understand it, or it doesn't matter. So I don't need to know exactly why something didn't work out the exact way I wanted it. When we're manifesting, we need to loosen our grip, right? Nothing's going to grow if it's like this, right? You need to loosen the grip a little bit on certain expectations. And maybe sometimes they say be specific in your manifestations, right? But I've actually run into people that are too specific, okay? And then they don't get it because Well, first of all, too, the other thing with that is we have to do more than just like want it and specifically write it out. That's great if you want to do that. But we also have to, if we're asking the universe to deliver, don't you think the universe should have some ownership too and have some say? I think so. So I have that trust. I do have that trust. I just saw 3939. Maybe you are 39 or somebody was born in 39. But anyway, this is what I'm saying. So just sometimes we have to, plant something, give it the care it needs, the love it needs, and then walk away and let it grow on its own. So some of you may be learning that you can only do so much to make something happen. And then it's like, you know what? It's not about making it. It's about allowing it to happen, to come to you. And we don't, I came across something one time too, where it's like, we don't get mad at the plant for not growing. We change the environment. We change something we're doing. So maybe we need to be taking different action steps towards our manifestations, right? I'm not going to like blame the universe every time I don't get what I want. Okay. So there is something there. And I'm sorry, I don't sugarcoat things in the reading. I get these channeled messages, and that's my job here, is to deliver them. And so I'm not trying to be insensitive in any time ever. It's just that sometimes we have to get off our couches and we have to actually go and create what we want. We have to actually do the work and break the patterns and take care of ourselves and focus on one thing at a time. And if somebody wants to leave, or you want to leave, do it. We can't sit around and wait to be rescued, right? I'm not saying any of you are doing that. I'm delivering the cosmic news or the spiritual channeled news right now. Anyway, so one more. Protection. Know that you are protected. Okay, you're protected. You are protected. Okay, in more ways than one. And then on the bottom, you have change. Perfect. Look at this butterfly. So be willing to let go of what you plan to have the life that's waiting for you. I just said this. Sometimes our plan is not actually the plan. When I see a reading like this, and I'm getting all these channel messages right now, and then I also have it with the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, sometimes we have to give up control a bit. Sure, be specific, but also continue with your life as you're manifesting, So anyway, that's just, again, it ties right back into this balance and things coming full circle, You're doing the work here. Let me read this again. You've chosen to learn from your mistakes. You've chosen to move forward, closing out a cycle. Every layer of you acknowledges, each layer of yourself you acknowledge is a layer that served its purpose, right? So this is about, again, you feeling your power, seeing your inner strength and determination paying off. All right. So be proud of the moment. Let that carry you forward, as this card's saying, okay? Let it carry you forward because you have new, big, exciting changes. You have, some of you, this is a complete transformation. Some of you, you are waking up to this new ability you have. Some of you are finally saying, you know what? I live this one life once. I live this life one time, right? Maybe you come back for others depending on your beliefs, but you live this one time. So don't you want to make the most of it, right? I'm having to tell myself that too. I'm not telling anything I wouldn't do myself. Let's get you an angel number. Oh, okay. You have 1010. I love it. You keep getting this number. And there it is, a sign of a new path awaits. So let your soul grow and trust in new beginnings. And then you have, oh my goodness, I love this. We haven't had this one in a while. Ooh, 2222. Okay, that's a sign of balance and harmony. And that's, again, tying right into the key oracle. So maintain your balance with positivity. Some of you, 1020, 1022, 1010, 101, 10, I already said 10-2, 1012 even. Any of those numbers or dates could be your birthday, could resonate, or someone close to you. So that's what we have there. We're not done. Oh, we are not done. Okay. Let's use, I do want to get another angel message. No. I actually want to use the Color Goddess casting cards. And this is by Renee A. Birch. Beautiful deck. I love it. It does come with a nice little book too. And one card you have for April is Amber. Again, healing the past. You're not meant to stay stuck, and you're not meant to only go as far as your mom did or your ancestors and other, you're meant to have the bigger, better, brighter things. And this is a little reminder that you are truly marvelous. You're wonderful. You're fantastic. You have so many great things coming through, coming in. The name Amber could mean something. The letter T as in Tiffany could mean something. Um, also, I'm getting baby here. I'm getting baby towards the end of summer for some of you. Okay. Or someone named Amber having a baby. I don't know. But oh, and then you have Ruby. So the name Ruby or rubies in general, this is Capricorn energy, fearlessness, strength, and warrior. Wow. And you're getting to the point and you're cutting through nonsense. 4444 just came up on the timer. So cutting through the nonsense, the drama, anything from the past, you're cutting it out. Eclipses are fantastic for that. Fantastic. Okay. Let's get another one. I did hear Rachel, and then I heard something like Huxby or something. Tawny, interesting. Another earthy tone. Okay. And these are going to be tied into your solar plexus chakra, which we already had a card on that. I mean, now the cards are just repeating themselves, which I love. This is you having physicality, more vitality. You're having victory, physicality. Yeah, conflict could come up, but you are that warrior. You have the strength. If you are facing conflict right now, you have that strength, and know that you are going to have your vitality ramped up. Okay, for the most part, for the majority of you, you have a lot of yellow in this card. Okay, that's good for friendships, relationships, communication. I just saw something about they showed and told me a red-tailed hawk. You may resonate with that. Yeah, and March, March. You could have brother. There's brother energy. If you have a brother in spirit or something, someone like a brother. Maybe you need to check in with your brother. Maybe you've been meaning to do that, and this reading is saying, go ahead and check in. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yep. Ooh, chill. Yeah. So, if you've been meaning to check in with someone, whether it's your brother or not, I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, I get it. Thank you. Thanks. I'm getting touched. So, thank you. All right. Sorry. Sometimes it even startles me. So, yes, if you've been meaning to get in touch with somebody, yes, reach out and touch them. Maybe that was the message. Thank you. Ha, you guys are hilarious. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. So, yes, yes, reach out and touch someone if you've been meaning to. Oh my. Okay. Shall we continue? Yes. Great. Great. Now we're going to look at some animals together. You have the Tea Party Invitation. This is by Britta Bowman. Tea Party. The Animal Tea Party. I love this deck, and it comes with a book too. I have so many Britta Bowman decks. If you're watching Britta Bowman, hello. I'm just going to start saying hi to creators and hoping they're going to say hi back. Okay. All right. Love every inch. Really, really. Look at that. And there's a deer on here. Have compassion for yourself. Give yourself a hug if you need to. What else? What else? Rediscover your passions. Bunny. So many bunnies. I'm not surprised. I am using some decks that I thought really sort of tied into spring. Beautiful, beautiful. Some of you are going to, you're going to come across something, or you wrote some, maybe you're writing poems again or something, but there's also something, I just heard helicopter too. Maybe you heard one just now and that's why I'm getting that. But there is something, or you're going to new heights too. Okay. But it's like, they're saying, what's the point of going to new heights if you're just going to hover around that same spot anyway? Like, go, take off, really go. Because sometimes helicopters can kind of circle around. That's not what we're wanting to do. We want to actually also take off, right? Allow this new energy to carry you forward and up, up, up. Okay. But there's something you're going to find that's very touching or like inspiring. You're going to actually come across it. I think it's something in writing. It could also be music, but it's something almost poetic. And there's going to also I'm getting like even something about how something turns out. You'll be like, oh, well, that was like poetic justice or something just happened. Okay. Oh, this one wants to come out. Unleash your uniqueness. I always find it extra lucky when whatever card is on the box comes out. I feel like that means that you can actually bring in whatever it is you want to bring in. And if something's been dormant, you can actually give it new life. It's just like the card, I feel when this comes out, it's like a wild card with energy, and it's like anything you want it to be is what this card can be now. So I want you to do a little exercise. Okay. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to reimagine this card. or like any card with you on it. Maybe you're the one here in this garden. Imagine you're the one in this garden, okay? And then whatever you're trying to bring in, I want you to imagine that those are the words arching over your head. It's like you have this like gateway here, and what you're trying to bring in, there it is, okay? You're the center of this card, and you're bringing in, I want you to just imagine it, visualize it, and really tap into it, okay? What do you imagine, this sort of golden arch of letters? What is it that's over your head right now? If you'd like to, type it in the comments. It's up to you. But yeah, I feel like more even visualization exercises like that could help. I've never had you do that, but there's something about this card. There's something about April that is extra magical. There's extra magic that you can work with in April. And guess what? It's going to come from you. Ultimately, it comes from you. Sometimes we have a hard time taking credit. I do it myself. I'm like, oh, well, it's my guides. That's the universe. Da, da, da. Well, part of it is you too, though. Don't take the you out of universe. Oh my gosh. That is fantastic. I don't know if somebody already said that, but let's not take the you out of universe. Thank you. Thank you for that. I heard the name Charlie too. Actually, I was getting Ray. So now I'm like, is it Ray Charles? Is it the name Charlie, Charles, Ray, Raymond, Ray, all that, like Rachel. So anyway, there's all that. Oh my gosh. Wow. Don't take the you out of universe, friends. Okay. Someone must have said that, right? I mean, I don't know. Oh, I'm so curious. I know we're all going to Google it now. It'll be like one of the, yeah, anyway. So let's see here. Chimpanzee. Okay. So your ingenuity knows no bounds. And with it, you can shape your destiny now. There it is. Chimpanzee. Mm-hmm. Can shape your destiny. That's right. That's exactly it. That's right. Boom. Got it. Oh, you have penguin. Embrace positive changes and shed old habits and beliefs. The opportunity for renewal is here. Are you kidding me? This is like the whole reading. Okay. And I have to show you what's on the bottom. You have coyote. We started off with wolf and now you have coyote. Trust your ability to adjust to life's changes. Your quick thinking will solve any problems. Some of you do have like a personal problem reaches a solution. And also, yeah, something could reach like its peak and it's like you have to make a decision, left or right. You know, the fork in the road. I can feel that too for April for some of you. And you're finally I'm getting that song, you can go your own way. Go your own way. Oh man. All right, so let's see. Okay, so what else do we have? This is the Angel Connections. Did I say everyone who was? Okay, that was the Britta Bowman Power Animals deck that I used right here. Britta Bowman Power Animals deck. And now we're using the Angel Connections by Lynn Arrojo, Wendy Bocuzzi. This was actually a gift from one of my members. One of my members had donated some, did like a super thanks or super chat or something. And it was the price of this deck. And I had been wanting this little deck, so I was able to get it. So Nancy T, my member Nancy T, thank you so much. Yes, this is a shout out to you. And so thank you. That's what I do with any sort of, support you show me. I have also, I think I put a Square link or something where you can also donate to the channel. Just write donation if you are doing it that way, the Square app. And super chats, super thanks are also an option. You just hit the little heart with the money thing in it. Never a must, okay? It's just something that is like a little extra thank you from you to me. And it's always like, I don't know. I love it. And it's not at all expected. It's always a huge surprise. And I'm like, really? Oh my gosh. So, the other thing, a couple announcements before we close up the reading. I do want to let you know, remind you of @Mantic Mystic. Okay, @Mantic Mystic is the name of the new channel. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave the messages part at the end, Mantic Mystic messages, but the handle is @Mantic Mystic. Okay, and they're with C's, not K's at the end. Okay, and you can check out all your April readings there. I've done water and fire. I think Aries will post this week. And again, you could get another Libra reading over there this week, which is tomorrow. Actually, you'll get it. I have that reading coming out on this channel for the Aries equinox. Okay, so spring or autumnal, wherever you are in the world. And then also, I am open to memberships. Okay, so I want to thank all my current members and subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed but you like my videos, please do like and subscribe. All right. I'm not really sure why somebody wouldn't at this point. Like if you've come back, I get returning viewers often, but they don't necessarily subscribe. And I'm not sure why, because my videos are going to pop up on your feed anyway if you've been here a few times. So will you please subscribe and do me that favor? I'd appreciate it. I'd love to hit 10,000 subs. It's not about the numbers, but it is like a nice, I don't know, I just feel like appreciated too when people subscribe. And I know I have a lot of appreciation for you. And I don't know, that's just something, a goal I'm working towards is 10K over here and at least 1,000 over there. It would be great by the end of this month. I would love it if I could reach it by the end of the month. But anyway, enough about me. Okay, so and memberships, you get bonus videos. You get one a week generally, and they're like 20-minute videos generally, and that's only $3.99 a month. So you actually get a lot considering it's only $3.99 a month for a membership. So consider that too. You get little inside scoops. Within those videos. So, okay, back to this deck. All right, the Angel Connections deck. So, again, thank you, Nancy T. Angels can communicate with us through dreams. They tell us about our lives, our concerns, and give us clues about what's to come. So pay attention and try to remember your dreams. I love that. I just saw 5555 on the timer. That was the time length of another reading recently, too. So maybe this connects to that. I'm not sure. I do a lot of readings, so I don't necessarily remember, but yeah. So maybe I do feel like, oh, this woman's like saying goodbye to her old life. She's like hanging out on her balcony and saying goodbye to like something. She's letting it float away. But she's also calling in. Look, she's like a divine chariot. Oh, I like these. Let's get one or two more to close out the reading. Yes. All right, let's see. Angels often manifest as nature spirits, sometimes joining forces with trees to bring healing energy to earth. Sitting quietly with a tree will help you feel grounded and renewed by its ancient wisdom. We were just talking about that, about being out in nature and how it like automatically raises vibrations. Look, 333. So many number synchronicities. And 333 is one that's been coming in a lot for us the last several readings, several weeks. And that's blessings, protection. Like you have some good things coming. Oh, white feather. Yep, that's been on my radar lately. A white feather is in an unexpected location. Okay. Assures you that you're on the right path and that you're not alone. Wow. The winds of change. Yep. Winds of change. Okay, one more. I just heard someone go, one more. We are. You may have been feeling isolated, rejected, unappreciated, or misunderstood. But today you realize you're not alone. There's a loving angel walking right beside you. Yep. Okay, one more. Oh, coins or small shiny objects may have been put in your path to draw attention to important signs from the angels. Look around. Remember we were talking about they're trying to get your attention. Look around. Don't just brush it off. I actually encourage you to jot it down in your notes section on your phone. I started doing that and I was like, okay, I can't like erase all these coincidences. These are more than coincidences. The year on this, by the way, is 2000. 2000. Okay, let's get to, okay, I'm so glad I did. Okay, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. Dragonfly. The dragonfly is a spirit messenger that captures your attention for a reason. He may be reminding you that transformation is possible and that you have support from the angelic realm. That's amazing. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. Yes. Whew. Wow. Okay, so that's that. How many did we get? 1, 2, 3. So let's get one more. Let's make it 7. Okay, you're alone, but you feel someone caressing your hair or gently touching your back. How weird, because I actually I got touched in my reading here. And I said, reach out and touch someone. Someone's reaching out and touching you. I just got to chill. I'm so glad that we pulled one more card and it happened to be 7. Okay. What a divine number. So someone could be reaching out, touching your hair, gently touching your back. The angels are giving you a needed nudge forward. Accept their encouragement. This is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. And